Thank you for joining us on the debate. I'm Niranjan and I'm filling in for Arnab Goswami, who will be back on the show very, very soon. In fact, he'll be back on the show tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, prime time, Arnab will be live all the way through to the 22nd of January. We have three big debates for you tonight. First up, let's take a look at the three debates we have lined up for you on the show tonight. Despite the politics, attacks and attempts to frustrate, Ram Mandir is a reality now. That's debate number one. Ram Mandir delivered, but who's to be credited? That's the big debate with Shravan Sen at 10 p.m. Can you take the credit away from BJP for being behind the movement? There's another debate that's happening on the sidelines. And fears of a widening conflict engulf the Middle East as Pakistan looks for allies. It's struggling. The Iran-Pakistan war could spiral out of control. That's debate number 3 tonight. Before we play out the day's big story, I want to quickly go across to two special guests who are with us this evening. On the debate, I have Dushyant Sridhar, a Vedic scholar, and I have someone very special, Vijeta Yogiraj. Vijeta Yogiraj is the sculptor Arun Yogiraj's wife. The man who sculpted the Ram Lalla idol, pictures of which have now been revealed across India and the world. Those beautiful images that you've been seeing since last evening. The last evening, the first images came out of the blindfolds on the Ram Lalla idol. And today you've seen the idol itself before it was eventually moved into the Sanctum Sanctorum. I have Vijeta Yogiraj. She's the wife of the sculptor. Let me start with you. Vijeta, must be a very, very proud feeling for your family. You have a history of sculptors in your family, but this one is extremely, extremely special, not just for your family, but for the entire country and the world.
They are showering upon our family. We are very, very thankful to the entire nation for all the love and support.
You know, Vijeta, we've heard stories of how your husband, Arun Yogiraj, went, he was incommunicado for a long time, switched off his phone. Of course, it's a huge, huge responsibility that he had on his shoulders, right? Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what went into making this sculpture?
There was a lot of hard work and dedication without which this cannot be possible. It is like, devoting your life for something where you had to create something which everybody, entire world will be looking upon. It is a very huge thing. It is a huge responsibility which was put upon Arun's shoulders and other two artists as well. They had so much of research to do. They had a lot of knowledge which they had to gather in order to complete the given job. It is a big thing. Entire nation is looking, and it's not an easy thing to do. Something which you have never seen.
You had revealed, and we learnt that your husband, the sculptor Arun Yogiraj, had also suffered an eye injury while chiseling the stone, the black stone, while making this idol. Is that true?
Yes, it is actually. He had a piece gone into the black part of the eye, and luckily nothing major has happened. It was removed, and he still worked with one eye closed. Which is how that is how Arun works. He's completely dedicated towards his work, and he doesn't even waste his time nor tells any stories to avoid anything.
You're saying he sculpted this idol for a considerable amount of time with just one eye, effectively. He had
Yes,
kept his other eye shut.
yeah, because doctors advised him to take rest, but he was not ready to take rest, and there was nobody to monitor him. If it was at home, we were like telling him to take rest, and but there he was working day and night. Nobody was there to stop him to work, and it is such a big task that he had to give his 100%, more than 100% indeed.
Vijita, did you or Arun or anybody in your family know that this idol would be selected?
No, actually, we were not in that mindset. But he was selected, and when he was among top three who is doing the work, we were very happy and delighted with the fact that he was selected, because it is something very divine, and a very it is something which not everybody will get it. And we were so fortunate that we have got this to do. And and also trust had told that all three idols will be placed in the mandir premises. We were happy with that fact, and now it is like God has showered us a lot of blessing, that he has selected us, and his idol will be installed in the sanctum sanctorium.
Yeah, it's a huge moment for you and your family and for all of us. You know, Dushyant is also with us, Vijeta. Dushyant Sridhar is a Vedic scholar, and he was with us on the phone line when the first images came in of the idol without the blindfold. The first time the face was revealed. Dushyant, these days you go on an AI app, right, or a window, and you say, give me a smiling image, generate a smiling image of Lord Ram who's 5 years old, and you would have that. But to chisel it with one eye, and you know, and we were talking about it. We all had goosebumps, Vijeta. We all had goosebumps when we saw the first image. And there's something about that image with a little bit of light on. Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you. Still, the eyes has not been
Please
like
go ahead.
Netra Milana has not been done to that idol, and the complete image
Yes.
of our Ram
Yes.
Lalla will be revealed on 22nd. Who will be looking us with his eyes open?
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah. So Dushyant, what were you thinking when you saw the first image today?
Namaskaram Niranjan, and Namaskaram Vijeta, and Namaskaram to all the viewers. A few first comments. I'm extremely fortunate to be belonging to the same state where the Shilpi Yogiraj belongs to, which is Karnataka. And on a lighter note, this is the beautiful murti of Rama is going from the hands of one Yogi Raj to the state of Yogi Raj. So that said, it's a beautiful creation. Of course, it is because of Purva Janma Sukrit that Yogi Raj has done, that he was able to sculpt such a beautiful murti of Prabhu Sri Ramachandra. To my understanding, Niranjan, when Rama was at the age of 12, he's sought after to assist in the protection of the yaga by Vishwamitra. That is when Dasharatha says, Svaputram Rajashardulam, Vishwamitra says, Svaputram Rajashardulam Ramam Satya Parakramam Kakapaksha Dharam Viram. Kakapaksham in Sanskritam means the hair tresses which are curly and hang along the temple locks. So that was the fashion of those days. And Rama is absolutely adhering to the fashion when we look at Yogi Raj's beautiful murti, because you see such curly hair tresses. And the cheeks are so chubby. Somebody asked me, why can't we have a clean, chiseled Greek hunk-like face? No, this is a Balarama, maybe age of 5 or 6. So he has to be chubby. And the arch carries the Dashavatārams that conveys so many messages. And there is the Pranava in it. And then there is a Vedatma Vihageshwaraha, which is Garuda at his feet, who's always ready to execute and carry him wherever he wishes. So everything about the murti is so beautiful. In some parts of Bharatadesham, Niranjan, murtis are sculpted in white marble. In certain parts, large parts, west and south of India, in Krishna Shila, which is black stone. In certain parts in wood. Shastram says the murti could be in wood, stone or whatever form. But to us, it is Prabhu Sri Ramachandra. It is all his beauty that envelops and gives the aura in that Garbhagriham. As the Srimati of Yogiraj did say about the Netra Unmilanam, which will happen on the 22nd of January. And I was quite delighted, Niranjan, because in the Ramayana, when Ashwamedha and the Putrakameshti is performed by Dasharatha, the commentator states that Dasharatha belonged to the clan of Shukla Yajurveda. So there were many rituals from Shukla Yajurveda and Shatapatha Brahmana which were carried by all the Purohits and the priests, the Ritviks. So that is something very noteworthy. And of course, for close proximity only, I'll be able to tell more details about the Murti. But my direct message to the Srimati of Yogiraj, wonderful Kainkaryam, ma'am. Namaskarams to you and to your husband.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dushyant, on another lighter note, Vijeta is from Karnataka, the sculptor is from Karnataka, Arun is from Karnataka. You're sitting in Karnataka, you have roots in Karnataka. The statue, the stone comes from Karnataka, and I too come from Karnataka, so it's quite a coincidence, I must say. But it's a beautiful moment, isn't it? I want to ask you a question of something that happened today. Something that happened today. A comment came in, Dushyant. I'll take a quick comment from you, and I'll thank you both. I won't keep you for longer. You know, a Congress leader said, शंकराचार्य स्वामी स्वरूपानंद जी महाराज ने ये भी सुझाव दिया था कि राम जन्मभूमि मंदिर में भगवान राम की मूर्ति बाल स्वरूप होकर मां कौशल्या की गोद में होना चाहिए, लेकिन जो मूर्ति की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हो रही है वो तो बाल स्वरूप की नजर नहीं आता है. So basically from saying they won't go there, they're now even questioning the idol itself. So when a comment like this is made, what do you read into it? बाल स्वरूप की नजर नहीं आती है. What is he, I mean, what is he trying to say? Does it make sense?
In my little history of public life, Niranjan, one thing that I have made as a resolve, that I will never comment or critique on any of the Acharya Varyas of any Sampradayas. That's a point. But that said, to the question, to the very specific question that was raised, in Shilpa Shastram, we can have images of Rama playing on the lap of Dasharatha or Kaushalya in around the temple. But when it comes to the Garbhagriham Murti, there are certain rules mentioned in the Shilpa Shastra as to how the image can be. Whether it can be Tribhanga in a slanted pose in 3 places, or it could be a straight image or a reclining one. So, you know, these emotive images of Rama playing on the lap of Ma Kaushalya or Father Dasharatha, all that can be sculpted on the walls. It cannot be done as per Shilpa Shastra for the Moola Murti, where the Prana Pratishtha happens. You cannot do that. Again, I'm not questioning the Acharya's academic acumen. I'm just saying what the Shastram says. And with respect to the image of Rama, the Utsava Murti, Ram Lalla, is going to be Ram Lalla. But here we are going to see the Moola Murti in slightly an older form, maybe 5 or 6 years of age. People may ask, why that height? In Sundarakandam, Sita asks Hanuman, what is the height of Rama from whom you have come as a messenger from? And he says 8 feet, Rama at the age of 38, because 39th year the Pattabhishekam happened. 38th year he was 8 feet. And why is it tough for us to imagine that a 5-year or a 6-year-old boy can't be about 4 or 5 feet? So I feel he has adhered to every rule of Shilpa Shastram, and there's nothing to nitpick and find mistakes on. It is Ramachandra for us at the end of the day.
Vijeta and Dushyant, thank you very much for joining us on top of the debate. Very, very happy to speak to both of you to at least put this into perspective. I think this has been the biggest headline today from Ayodhya, the fact that, you know, the whole world got a glimpse of what the idol looks like. And thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to the debate now, the political aspect of it. A 500-year-long wait ending. But politically, every single day there is one comment or the other. From the 15 to 20 excuses already listed, now the latest complaint from the Congress party. This is from Digvijay Singh, who spoke today, complaining about the idol itself after he got a glimpse of it, perhaps, I'm guessing, from the social media. Take a look at the latest series of political comments ahead of the 22nd of January.
बजवा दो द्वारो द्वार।
Excitement, exuberance, and enthusiasm. There has been no stopping for the Ram Rajya.
As the sun sets, we are looking at the celebration that goes on here in Ayodhya at the banks of the Saryu River, where the Aarti was conducted. Hundreds of people every day come here and in fact attend the Aarti as well. On the other side, bhajans are being carried out. There is Aartis that are being performed. 360 degrees of celebration that we are seeing. The laser show as well that is being conducted over here, completely lit up with the people who have come here with their families as well.
As the 500-year wait ends, the mesmerizing Ram Lalla idol carved in black stone has been placed in the Sanctum Sanctorum. Prime Minister Modi observing 11-day Anushthan asserting Ram Bhakti.
राम मंदिर में प्राण प्रतिष्ठा से पहले कुछ संतों के मार्गदर्शन में मैं अपने यम नियमों में व्यस्त हूं और उसका मैं बड़ी कठोरता से पालन भी करता हूं और आप सबके आशीर्वाद से इन 11 दिनों में मैं वो साधना कर पाऊं ताकि मेरी कोई कमी न रह जाए और इस पवित्र कार्य को करने का मुझे जो अवसर मिला है, साक्षी भाव से आपके आशीर्वाद से वहां जाऊंगा।
Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath took stock of the preparations ahead of the historic Pran Pratishtha.
इसके लिए भी बेहतर कोऑर्डिनेशन की दिशा में प्रयास प्रारंभ किए गए हैं। मैं पूरे विश्वास के साथ कह सकता हूं कि जैसे कार्यक्रम अब तक सभी सकुशल संपन्न हुए हैं, 22 जनवरी का कार्यक्रम भी एक ऐतिहासिक कार्यक्रम है। भारत के विश्वास और लोक आस्था की पुनर्प्रतिष्ठा का, भारत के गौरव की पुनर्प्रतिष्ठा का कार्यक्रम है। इस कार्यक्रम को हम लोग जनता जनार्दन और सभी आम जनमानस के सहयोग से, पूज्य संतों के आशीर्वाद से, रामलला की कृपा से सकुशल संपन्न करने में सफल होंगे।
Security agencies have been put on high alert. About 45 tons of delectable laddus are being prepared for devotees and VIPs.
People are enthusiastic and the light show, the beautiful light show is right now underway. You can see there are hundreds of devotees, hundreds of tourists who gather here at the Saryu, here at the Ram Ki Paidi. It has its own significance. Ram Ki Paidi is the place where it's believed that Lord Ram himself took the holy dip. So it's of course one of the most pristine lands of Ayodhya. Entire Ayodhya is of course pristine.
As India soaks in festive fervor, Congress has berated Ram Lalla.
रामलला का मंदिर में जो मूर्ति रखी जाए वो माँ कौशल्या जी की गोद में रामलला है, इस प्रकार की मूर्ति रखा जाना चाहिए, ये उनका सुझाव था। तो जो मूर्ति पहले जो दिखाई थी उसमें तो जो राम दरबार का चित्र था। इस बार जो आज जो उन्होंने दिखाई है मूर्ति, इसमें कि उसमें 5 साल की आयु के वो उसका स्वरूप है राम जी का। ये निर्माणाधीन मंदिर के अंदर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होना उचित नहीं है।
Despite politics, attacks and attempts to frustrate, Bhavya Mandir is unstoppable now. Let's debate.
Okay, let's open up the political debate. I have Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the BJP. Karan Verma, political analyst, leans towards the right. I wouldn't say leans towards BJP because he sometimes criticizes the BJP. I also have Kanchana Yadav, who's a spokesperson of the RJD. Kanchana, I'll start with you because yesterday on the debate, remember we were, it's almost, you can call it the indie gems of Ayodhya. The indie gems of Ayodhya. Rose ek moti mil raha hai indie se. ये देखिए दिग्विजय सिंह जी बोलते हैं आज, he says after multiple, I'll tell you, he says the idol of Lord Ram in the Ram Janmabhoomi temple should be in the form of a child seated in Mother Kaushalya's lap. Now, he's now targeting the Ram Lalla idol as well. I'd like to get your response to it, and then I'll get BJP to counter you on that.
Niranjan, I think there is no point to debate on every single point which is going around the Ayodhya and about the Ayodhya. And I think people of this country know this. The event which is organized by the BJP on the 22nd January is for the 2024 general election. You also know this, and I am damn sure that you are tired of. For shouting again and again and debating every day on the Ram temple from morning to evening. And as far as the temple is concerned, in India there are more than 6 lakh temple. And for to visit those temples, we do not need validation and an invitation from the RSS, BJP or VHP or any person from this country to visit any temple. And nobody can stop us. And the Constitution has given us that right to visit any temple in this country. And that's why I'm saying again that there is no point to debate on every single point which is going around the Ayodhya and about the Ayodhya.
See, whether you like it or not, Kanchana, it is the biggest story across India. It's whether you like it or not, Kanchana, it's the biggest story in India. Okay, it's not just about. I understand your feelings. It's completely fine. We have a beautiful country. You have the right to speak your mind, but you also have to keep in mind the feelings of a lot of people, a lot of Hindus, who are also a majority of India's population, and for them, this is a very, very big moment. You can say that there are 1 million churches in the world, but there's only one Vatican, right? There's only one Vatican, right? Similarly, I don't want to signify or give you lectures about the significance of Ayodhya, but the fact is, when there's such a historic moment is being unveiled before our eyes, it's important to also pay attention to sentiments of what people of India think and feel when you make such comments, and that's why it's important for us to raise such comments. I'll get Tuhin Sinha to respond. Tuhin, to the comments of Digvijay Singh.
Jai Shri Ram, Niranjan, Jai Shri Ram to all the viewers and to my co-panelists. Niranjan, I want to correct you. It's not just a moment of celebration for India. It is now turning out to be a moment of celebration for the entire world. And trust me, in the years to come, you will have at least 50 countries that will observe 22nd January as the International Day of Renaissance and Revivalism. After 595 years, a temple which had been, destroyed by barbaric Babur is being resurrected. Sadly, it is only a small fraction of India's opposition parties which, in its abject despondency and frustration, today has become delusional to the extent that it thinks it knows more about temple sculpting than the sculptors who were in charge of, making these sculptures. This opposition pretends, or this opposition believes, that it knows more about temple tithis than Pandit Ganeshwar Shastri Dravid ji, one of the chief priests of Kashi temple, who has specifically provided the reasons why 22nd January was chosen as the day for Pran Pratishtha. This opposition has become so delusional that it knows more about temple architecture than Vijay Sompura ji, whose family has been involved in temple architecture for the last 12 to 13 generations. So how do we address this opposition? I think, what this opposition can do, and why do we restrict ourselves to the comments of Digvijay Singh? Yesterday, a senior leader of Samajwadi Party justified the killings of car sevaks, 32 years after the barbaric killings. Shafirul Bark, the senior most member of parliament from Samajwadi Party, just a few weeks ago had asserted that he's waiting for the day when the Babri Masjid will be recreated or resurrected at the same site. So I think this opposition is clearly in a time warp. They are, frustrated with the developments. They are frustrated with how the moment has built up, not just for India as a moment of historic justice, but also for the whole world. And trust me, countries like Thailand, you will be surprised by the visuals that you get from countries like Thailand, Indonesia, large, parts of Africa, Trinidad, Tobago, and of course, several cities of US, UK, and Europe on 22nd January.
Let me get in. Kapil Madan also joining us. Kapil Madan. Kapil, see what eventually the Congress has done or has ended up doing is disregard the faith of its own party members. You know, the other day I was telling some panelists on the debate that, you know, I was in Bengaluru with Republic Kannada. I spent a lot of time with Republic Kannada in Bengaluru. The state government, you know, you have a chief minister who refuses to enter temples sometimes. He stands outside, even when his own ministers call him inside the temple. He says, no, I don't want to enter. That's fine. It's his freedom to profess a religion. That's okay. And then he has clearly said that he will not go to Ayodhya. He's not interested for the time being. Okay? But people of his own party, a Muzrai minister has said, I have organized pujas across all Muzrai controlled temples. And I'll tell you what else has happened, Kapil Madan. MLAs of the Congress party in Bangalore, like in many parts of the country, have said, listen, we don't want to do anything to do with the party stand. We don't want to associate with it. We're getting a lot of backlash on the ground. They've started organizing their own events on the 22nd of January. They put out cutouts, huge cutouts of Lord Ram, etc. Now this is happening. I'll tell you, there's another, in the context of what Digvijay Singh said today, you also have leaders like Arjun Modwadia, for example. Arjun Modwadia is not a small leader. He has said the Congress party should have stayed away from taking such a political decision, as Bhagwan Sri Ram is worshipped as a god in India. It's a subject of trust and belief among the people of India. You can't just go on making statements, hurting the sentiments of the people. Kapil.
Now, thank you for having me on the show. So let me just say one is celebrated in the entire country. I mean, Diwali is also celebrated at Ayodhya ji. One might, who's a devotee, who's a confirmed and who's a staunch Hindu devotee would also celebrate Diwali at home. So you can't question someone's devotion based on whether he attends a particular event at a particular case, or he shows his faith, belief, or a devotion in a particular manner, which, incumbent government wants everyone to do. The fact of the matter is, there are several opposition leaders who have openly said that they want to go to the ceremony, they will participate in the ceremony, and this is the way it should be. Everyone is entitled to choose, and everyone is entitled to have his own way of showing faith, devotion, and to perform his, religious ceremonies in the manner which he deems fit. Where is the problem? Now, you want to talk about people, talking about or, disagreeing with what the central leadership has done. I will also quote, and I'm sure you will be a little jittery in quoting, one of the very prominent leader from the BJP, who has said, it is not Mr. Modi who's responsible for it. So while Mr. Modi wants to take credit of it, in fact, there are BJP leaders who are questioning it. Now, you will not question them for obvious reasons.
No, but I'm asking you another question, Kapil. Why shouldn't the BJP try and take credit? I'm asking you a question. Okay, why shouldn't they take in credit?
Let me tell you.
When it was in the manifesto. 1 minute. No, wait. Two more speakers haven't come in. Kapil, 1 second. Kapil, 1 second. I'll tell you, they have a small observation, and I'll leave it to Sadhvi. Karan is here, and Sadhvi is also joining us. I want to go across to Karan first. Karan, why shouldn't the BJP take credit? I'll tell you why. I'm a journalist. I know that BJP has put Ram Mandir in the manifesto. I know that they have been legally backing the fight for a Mandir in Ayodhya. They have. For them, this is what they wanted. And they have got it. They have supported the trust. They have done everything to put their might behind the trust, right? So,
right.
And okay, while that is happening, Karan, I'll add in a point. You have an entire generation told that Ayodhya was done for communal gains, right? I'll tell you, for example, the old NCRT for 12th standard casted doubts on Babri site being the actual birthplace of Lord Ram by calling it a belief of a few Hindus. It actually said that. And some of us, while growing up in colleges, I'll tell you an example. I won't tell you which college, but my professors or some of them who would teach me would say, watch Ram Ke Naam. It was a documentary that put that movement in bad light. An entire generation was told that this is bad, right? They tried to distort history perhaps on Ayodhya. Karan.
Absolutely. And Niranjan, just a pointed answer first to what the BJP has done. You know, besides the big movement that they carried out, BJP, RSS, VHP, besides the big movement, one crucial thing that people miss out on is that in 2017, when the case was still on, there were close to 11,500 documents which were yet to be translated. Those were documents in various languages: Urdu, Farsi, Sanskrit, Persian, even Gurumukhi. And at that time, the successive UP governments under Mayawati, Akhilesh had not done the process, which is why the case was pending for so many years. It was the Yogi government, the BJP government in UP, which translated all these documents in 7 months. This was a huge Herculean task which they fulfilled. I think that hugely contributed to the fact that it led to a speedy trial and the case reached its fruition. So yes, BJP not only carried the movement, not only pushed for a day-to-day hearing, but also translated these documents. So these are facts. This is on record. So I think not only have they raised the consciousness of the people through this movement, and this is beyond BJP. Let me tell you, back in 1858, when the Nihangs entered the mosque, the police complaint talked about Masjid Janm Sthan. Can you imagine, back in 1858? So Hindus had never stopped fighting for this cause, and it is a historic moment. When my friend Kapil says everybody has the right to celebrate it in their own manner, Kapil, this is a historic moment where Pran Pratishtha is happening. It's a moment etched in history. Shouldn't the Congress party, which I believe is a big political party and represents will of many people, gets around 20% vote share, has government in many states, shouldn't they be there as a gesture for the people? I think it's a historic miss that the Congress party is doing it by not being in sync with the sentiment of crores across countries. It is a moment which shows that India, our civilization, might have been a wounded one, but it is a proud one. And today it is reclaiming its glory. I think it's a moment for all, for everyone to celebrate.
Can I just quickly, Niranjan, respond?
I'll get in Sadhvi as well. Sadhvi Jayabhakti.
So I always,
one second.
I just want to make a very small mention. I want to make a very small
Okay, give me a 30-second response and I'll go across Sadhvi Jayabhakti.
I will, I know, Karan being a very erudite and a very excellent speaker, but, let me remind few facts to Karan. While Karan and my friend Tuhin from the BJP wants to give credit to the BJP,
Sadhvi Jayabhakti, on the point that Kapil was on. Tuhin, 1 second, Tuhin, before you come in, I'll just get to Sadhvi because she hasn't spoken.
I
And then
you and all the panelists here, please, tell me that, this fact is not correct. Or admit that, yes, someone else initiated this drive, someone else initiated this litigation, and the BJP wants to drive.
We couldn't hear you, Kapil. We lost you in between. For 30 seconds, we couldn't hear you. What is your point?
Can you please come again?
Kapil, nobody heard you because we lost you in between. Yes. Why don't you tell what was your question? What was your question?
Yes, Niranjan, the point is, if you go and see the judgment, you will realize that it was one Mr. Gopal Singh Varshad who initiated the litigation back in 1950. It was not any BJP leader. It was not Mr. Lal Krishna Advani. It was not Mr. Vajpayee who initiated this litigation. And while you see this entire campaign by the BJP, do you even hear a whisper on Gopal Singh Varshad that he was the one who initiated this litigation back in 1950? No, you don't. Have you seen one poster? I am saying my friend Tuhin from the BJP is here. Let him say in one poster we have mentioned about the litigant who initiated this litigation back in 1950, and I'm dead sure that Tuhin will not be able to show one poster naming and acknowledging the litigant in this case. It was not Mr. Lal Krishna Advani. It was not Mr. Vajpayee. And let me also tell you a few hard facts which you will not be able to contradict. Back in 1986, it was during Rajiv Gandhi's government, the locks of the Mandir was opened. And let me also tell you that in 1991, it was in a Congress manifesto.
Let him respond to that.
It was in Congress manifesto.
Okay,
where it was mentioned for the first time.
Sadhvi Jayabhakti, respond to it.
Government wants to resolve.
Respond to it.
you know what? One thing everybody is talking that the BJP is taking credit. BJP is taking credit. You take credit when somebody gives it to you. And let me tell you one thing: it's not the whole temple movement is not about BJP. As a Hindu, as a person who's been related to Kar Sevaks, let me tell you one thing. I'm not related to BJP. I'm not BJP spokesperson, but as a Hindu, as a Ram Bhakt, I am giving credit to BJP because BJP made it possible. It was the environment, it was the security for Hindus that was created, it was the situation and conditions in the country that was made
Thank you for
Ram
being
Mandir.
so
And let me
honest
one thing,
about
let
it.
me give you one thing, another thing. It's not about taking. Do not doubt the wisdom and discretionary power of public and the population of India, the people of India. It's not that PM Modi is snatching away something from people in the name of credit. When you say BJP is taking credit, when you say Modi is taking credit, you are absolutely ignoring and neglecting the people who are giving credit. The country today is giving credit. Don't doubt their wisdom. Don't put them down. One thing. The people don't come and talk over here on the TV channels. Go on the ground, talk to people, and they'll put you in the right frame as to why and to whom they are giving the credit. One. Secondly, if you pull like one single thread every time, Rajiv Gandhi opened the doors and Falana petition was done by Falana person, I'll take you back a little back more into the history when Nehru exactly ordered the then CM of Uttar Pradesh and told them that all the Hindus should be taken out of the premises. It was KK Nair who stood against and made sure that Hindu has their right in praying at the premise. And then he made sure that even KK Nair was removed from his position. So please, it's your don't talk about giving these facts. People know, as a country, as a population, as electorate, we know. You go there. I'm not even asking that Congress or Congress representative or this Gandhi, Nehru or whatever confused family, they should come there. As a Ram Bhakt, I know that they have always been anti-Hindu. They have always been anti-Ram, no matter how much they try to convince. We would not even want the people who've been continuously in succession only and only, they were taking credit of Muslim appeasement. They were taking credit of not doing, neglecting and ignoring Hindus for 6 decades. They took the credit to be anti-Hindu. Their secularism started by abusing my faith. And today they talk about credit. You've taken enough credit of appeasement.
Can I make
politics.
A mention, Sadhvi? Sadhvi, kya baat
so please be in your box again.
Yeah, Niranjan, I need to make a point here.
Yeah, no, I just want to make one point because, like someone said, if BJP is trying to champion the cause, okay, they're trying to champion the cause. You also try to champion the cause of being pro-mosque. I'll tell you. I'm not making this up. No, I'll tell you 1 minute. They champion the cause. Let me tell you. Historically, I'm speaking 1 minute. Hear me out. Now, I don't want to repeat myself, but we all know what happened in 2007. I don't want to repeat myself, but we all know what happened in 2007. The Congress government. Yeah, okay. So you can come into it, but I want to make two small points and I'm handing it to you. In 2007, everybody knows the Congress government, the UPA government back then filing the affidavit questioning the credentials. The credentials of ancient Hindu literature, Ramayana and Ramcharitmanas, calling Lord Ram Kalpanik. Okay, point number one. Point number two, and then Tuhin. Point number two. Former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao. Listen to me. Tuhin, I'm handing it to you. Tuhin, I'm giving it to you. 1 second. Narasimha Rao was constantly provoking by calling the structure a mosque. There are enough mentions, recorded statements where he called the structure a mosque, when in reality the structure was not used as a mosque for a very, very long time. He said Babri Mosque, disputed structure, mosque. There are different statements in 1992 itself, right? And we all know what happened in 2018. I won't repeat myself. Tuhin.
Niranjan, intellectual dishonesty has become the hallmark of the present Congress party. If today they are, saying that they are giving credit to the original litigant, that is to only hide the fact that they are guilty of having done zero for the Ram Temple movement. Today they are saying that Rajiv Gandhi opened the locks of the temple. Why did Rajiv Gandhi do that, in a very contrived manner? Because he wanted to compensate for the guilt,
case.
for going against the Supreme Court on the Shah Bano judgment. Compare it with BJP's consistent stand way back in 1986. There is an India Today report that talks about Modi ji's passionate involvement as the RSS head of Ahmedabad. He would travel to the villages in the vicinity of Ahmedabad and mobilize support. In 1989, in June, in the Palampur Adhiveshan, the BJP had first formally decided to support the Ram Temple movement, and since that day, the support has been absolutely consistent. Prime Minister Modi, who was then the General Secretary of Gujarat BJP when the Rath Yatra was launched by Advani ji in 1990, had been in the forefront of the movement throughout. And like my friend Karan just mentioned, from 2018, the entire matter in the Supreme Court only got expedited because of Uttar Pradesh government quickly translating a host of some 11,500 documents which the previous governments had not. But most importantly, let me make the stark contrast. In 2016, 30th April 2016, Sonia Gandhi, look at the alacrity of Sonia Gandhi in writing a letter to Pope Francis on the occasion of the canonization of Mother Teresa. She sent her regards, but also profusely regretted and apologized for not being present and designated Margaret Alva and one other person to be present. Don't you think, you compare Sonia Gandhi's alacrity then with the Congress party's alacrity today in refusing the invitation? Don't you think if Sonia Gandhi's hatred or her condescending attitude towards Hindus is well known, but don't you think she should have at least designated Mallikarjun Kharge to attend it? So, this Congress has no moral authority to give us temple architecture.
I had a letter, Karan, I had a letter.
And whatever.
I had a letter where I want to get Kapil.
And they should apologize to the entire
I have a letter where Sonia Gandhi had responded to the Vatican. I just want to make a small intervention there. Small intervention, and I'll hand it. I'll get in Kanchana actually. Let me get in Kanchana because Kapil has spoken. I'll get Kanchana. Kanchana, I also have a letter where Sonia Gandhi responds to the Vatican. Responds to the Vatican. No, you can respond. Okay, fine. You can respond to me. I'm putting a question to you.
Can I make a small
I'm putting
point?
a question to you.
Allow me to
make a point to
Tuhin first. No, allow me to respond to Tuhin first. Now, Tuhin has, talking about.
No, I want to ask. Sonia Gandhi wrote a letter to the Vatican saying that she regrets not being able to go there personally, and she's deputing two very, very senior Congress leaders.
Niranjan, yes.
No, sir, hear me out.
Let me tell you.
Hear me out.
Niranjan,
No, I want to tell the viewers this way. Kapil, I'm handing it to you. You have to listen to me. And I want to say this to the viewers. 1 minute. On August 30, 2016, Kapil, don't try and drown out my voice. I have to say this. There is a letter of Sonia Gandhi dated August 30, 2016. Sonia Gandhi says to the Vatican, she says, every citizen of India, including our nearly 20 million Catholics, take immense pride and joy on recognition by your holiness and the Catholic Church of Mother Teresa's profound nobility of soul, purity of purpose and service to God through service of humanity. Okay. And then she says, the canonization ceremony of Mother Teresa is an occasion for all Indians to give deep thanks that she spent her life in India serving the poorest and the neediest in our land. Okay. For the countless people who suffer, okay. And then she talks about, she remains one of the most revered, loved, admired figures in India, which gave her its highest award, the Bharat Ratna. She's saying this to the Vatican, and she also said to Pope Francis in the letter, Margaret Alva and Luisinho Falero will represent the Congress party at the canonization ceremony of Mother Teresa. If I had not been unwell, I too would have been there to witness the sacred ceremony. See, she spoke as a Catholic. She also mentioned that our Catholic, she mentioned her community, and she wrote a letter to the Pope talking about the importance of such an event and the recognition given. She can't be there personally, so she's sending two leaders. My question is, Kapil, we all know how deeply associated Indians are with this movement and what this means to the Hindu community at large, not just in India and the world. If she did not want to go, she could have sent or deputed someone, right? Simple, very simple question, Kapil.
Can I respond to you now? I thank you for reading the entire letter. If
please.
Any viewer, our audience will read the letter, he will understand that it was a purely non-political event. Now, what is the problem with this event is that the BJP is doing a massive politicization of the event, and I'll give you examples. Wow. Now, you remember the parliament was inaugurated, was our honorable president invited there? No. Who is the first citizen of the country? As per the constitution, it is our honorable president of India who happens to be the first citizen of the country. Now, if it is a constitution event, if it is an event which is officially done by
okay, so I got your response. Your response is a political event, so we won't come.
Should have been
Understood.
It is the president who should have been a part of the
It's a convenient argument. No, it's a convenient argument. I have to wrap up. I'll give last 10 seconds. Sadhvi Jayabharti, 10 seconds. Then I'll give Kanchana Yadav 10 seconds.
Give me time. No, now to him.
No, I got your point. I got your point. You're saying it's political. We won't go. Understood. You don't have to repeat yourself.
Allow me to first answer to Tuhin.
Can
now,
I do a
Tuhin
small
has
fact check?
to mention that in 1984 it was BJP's first manifesto that came.
One thing.
I have to wrap up in exactly 30 seconds. I'm wrapping up in exactly 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I have only 30 seconds.
In 1984 or not?
The government
It was
is
not.
extending
Let me
this
just
invitation.
fact check,
It is
Kapil.
Trump who's extending
It
the
was
invitation and
not
it is
the
Trump
Rajiv
who's
Gandhi
extending
government
to.
that ordered
Jaldi,
the
jaldi.
laws to be opened,
Fact
Kapil.
check, jaldi yaar.
You are
It was
known to
Umesh
say
Chandra
whom they should
Pandey who
extend to.
filed an application and the Faizabad court that ordered the locks to be opened. Kapil, please, you have to be, you cannot be this selective with the facts.
There was
It
a
is the
government,
court
there was a
order
government
that
response
made
that
the
was
Rajiv
filed.
government
Whether
open
this
the
will
law.
have a law and order.
Okay, I have to wrap up now.
Not Rajiv Gandhi.
I have to wrap up now. I have to wrap up now. Kanchana, Kapil, Sadhvi Jayabharti, Karan and Tuhin. We'll debate again. Meet you again all soon. Thank you very much. Good night for tonight.